snowboarding. In my whole entire life, I've done it 2 times. The first time I was about 13 years old, and the second time I went on a ski trip with my high school. That second time I still remember eating shit in a really marvelous way. Yeah, it's just magnificent. Anyway, my latest video was of me going to the airport, and that reason for me going to the airport was that I went snowboarding. Snowboarding for the 3rd time ever. So, since there aren't any mountains in the Netherlands, we took the plane to Austria. We did the basic airport stuff, and then an hour and 15 minutes later we landed at Salzburg. Some people behind me even tried to make the whole plane clap. It's quite funny because it didn't work. You know, it was just a short little flight, so yeah. Points for trying though. We arrived at the airport, stayed in a hotel, next day rented a snowboard. And then it was time for my very first ride in quite some years. Funny thing is that snowboarding, just the basic carving, is so much more easier if you've been skating for a little while. Definitely not saying that snowboarding is easy, but you just pick it up a lot quicker if you have been skateboarding. To prove my point, my carving went quite well right away actually. So this trip was supposed to be a fun little trip with my dad. I hadn't really planned to learn any major tricks. My dad was also on his skis and we just did a lot of slopes, of which there was 77 kilometers to explore. Don't really know if that's a lot. I know there are ski areas that are a lot larger, but it was just my 3rd time, so it was all good. And fun. Snowboarding for sure is fun. I went snowboarding for a total of 5 days, and in those 5 days I definitely did learn a little bit. My general board feel at the end was a lot better than the first days. I was able to do those 360 sliding thingies. I learned how to carve properly and fast, and at one of those last days I even carved switch for a little bit. Wish I had tried that one earlier on for sure. They also had a little snow park out there. I just did the jumps and got one melon grab. I then proceeded to try a frontside 360 and I quite surprisingly landed it first try.
Got it! Holy shit! That's sick!
However, when I tried to get a second angle of it, I failed to get it as quickly as that first try. So that second angle has to be waited for probably the next year. Stay strong, second angle. I won't forget about you though. Another really fun thing that happened was a skier coming in at me from behind, and we were both going at a really high speed and I ate complete shit. I think I sprained my thumb, but because of the instant ice out there, I'm now editing this video without any problems with my thumb. So that's good. Only thing I'm really bummed out about is that I didn't get that on film because I really ate shit big time, and I tumbled through the air, front flipping, hitting my head, but I didn't get it on film. So the best bill I still got is that one from the one time I went with high school. So snowboarding, I do like it. Do I think it's better than skateboarding? Well, I think that's not a good question. It's all pretty much the same, just like surfing. It just depends on where you live. If you live up somewhere in the mountains, yeah, snowboarding is definitely the best thing to do. If you live near a really nice skate park or a nice city with the best spots, skateboarding will be the good thing to do. But you know, snowboarding, skateboarding and surfing are all family. I think they're all dope. I definitely still want to practice my snowboarding and surfing quite a bit more if I ever get the time. And it's just really a lot of fun because it's quite a lot like skateboarding, but still an entirely new thing with completely different surroundings. So any skateboarders out there that feel stuck, you've got these other 2 things out there that will be extremely fun for you to do as well. Of course, there are other things you experience when you snowboard as well, like falling because of big piles of wet snow in the lower areas, like waiting in the 2-chair lift because someone else fell, a skier falling in front of me, Falling is definitely the only way to make progression, so that's actually a good experience if you're not breaking bones, of course. More things like not having enough speed when you get out of the ski lift. Shout out to my dad's ski sticks for that one. And that one time they closed down the snow park.
No.
Also on that last one I found a simple solution.
Limbo. Sick.
Don't worry though, I was a polite snowboard bro, and I asked them if it was okay to sneak in. So the area I went to snowboard in was called Zell am See. Quite nice, don't have a whole lot of other areas I can compare it to, but I like Austria. Shout out to all the people from Austria watching my videos. Peace out and snowboard on. Hey.